So it's really a pleasure to be here. We've been trying to get this arranged for a little while, and I was skeptical a little at first, only because some other colleagues had suggested we do this, and it never quite materialized. So this is really a Shehechianu moment for me, because although each of these songs that I'm presenting I've played at one point or another, this is the first time where I get to do a whole bunch of them all at once. So I thank Craig and Shelley for this opportunity and to share with you, because you obviously have a wonderful, wonderful musical atmosphere, along with Ruthie, and I can't wait to hear more of the choir as well. I know that they're coming up. And how wonderful it worked out that this is in conjunction with Shabbat Shira, the Sabbath of Song, based on one of the most famous songs of all time, the Song at the Sea, from which we get Mi Chamocha and other favorites. No, there is no other favorite. That's it. But that's next week, and that deserves a whole lot of attention in and of itself. Let me give one other shout out before I forget to Marlene Dondeval. I know I'm not saying that right, but close enough, right? Who sponsored a little get-together with a visitor from Israel yesterday morning, who was just enchanting, Rabbi Dov Littman, a former member of the Israeli Knesset, American-born. So thank you again for breakfast. I'm still recuperating from everything I had. So I've been playing the piano since I'm 4 years old, and urban legend in my family is that I used to sing myself to sleep, because then, as now, I hate going to bed, and I would be on all fours, like, shaking back and forth and singing. And apparently one night all my aunts and uncles were over, and the men were in the dining room next to my little bedroom in our apartment in Albany Park, where I grew up. And I was singing, as usual. And so one of my uncles said, "What is he doing?" And apparently my brother, Michael, said, "Oh, he's hocking himself to sleep." Yeah, so maybe some of you speak Yiddish. Apparently that's not a nice thing to say, but so I became the hocker. Anyway, so like I said, I did start playing the piano at 4. I studied with our father. My older 2 brothers were taking, and it was a Me Too moment for me. That was my Me Too moment, because me too. The only thing is, I got the lesson during Star Trek, because my older brothers had to watch Star Trek. So I had to watch it on reruns later. In any case. So I'm not going to go into every little detail of my life. That's not why we're here. It's Shabbat, and you could ask questions later or such. I'll fill in a little bit, because each of the songs has a little bit of an introduction. One of them has to do with this prayer book. When this prayer book came out, suddenly there were so many new, lovely poems and interpretational translations. And at the time I was married, and in discussing how it brought so much opportunity, my wife and I kind of came up with the idea, I should just write a whole service based on, selections out of Mishkan Tefillah. So I got about 4 in, and then life happened. And, I was a congregational rabbi for 19 years. We had 2 kids. I just celebrated a week ago yesterday, the 13th anniversary of receiving a new kidney. So, I've been to a lot of doctor's offices, thank you. I happen to have gotten it from a Reformed minister, listen to me, Methodist minister friend. She gave me one of hers. So I'm very happy to be here on many levels. But so this is actually, if you want to look at the lyrics, they're on page 589. We know them as "Let the time not be distant, O God," right? From the intermediate paragraph of Aleinu. corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. All may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your reign be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Then shall your dream be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Selah, Selah. So that's one.